today's world of AI, you never know what to believe. You have photos, you have text, quotes for testimonials from people. You're not quite sure if it's real. So I'm continuing this series on AI and your job search to help all of you out there to land that dream job that you're working so hard to get. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101. I share the inside secrets from the view of the recruiter to help get you hired rapidly in your dream job and for a lot of money. So first, I want to remind you to subscribe so this way you get alerts every time I post new content like this to help you in your job search, because truly that is my highest inspiration, is to see you win. Also, I want to direct you to my website. It's poundingpavement101.com. There, I share a free job search training to help you along in your job search. It's all from the view of the recruiter, and you can schedule time to speak with me direct about your job search and to see if Pounding Pavement 101 is a good fit for you. I am telling you, I'm getting people hired 6 times faster than job searching on their own using my insider tips. So let's talk about AI. Let's talk about AI in your job search. And what can you believe and what can't you believe? Because job seekers and recruiters alike are getting hit with it. And anytime there's a new technology, we all have to figure it out. At the end of the day, AI is a tool. You still need to have some thought behind it. You need to think about it. You need to use it properly. And I will tell you that I received an email from a job seeker, and they sent me a text on LinkedIn, and obviously it was copy and pasted, because literally in the email or in the text message, there were parentheses that said name of company. In other words, they didn't even put the name of company in. It was very obvious. And a lot of us can spot when AI is writing something. It's no different than I can spot when someone hired a resume writer that they took a course one week and now they're certified, because I recognize the patterns. I recognize the certain words. For example, never, ever put the word spearheaded into your resume. I know immediately. It's like someone got a vocabulary for Christmas. No one uses that in everyday speak. So I would highly recommend not to use that word. But it is hitting the job marketplace. All of the fraud, the fake profiles, the fake resumes, the fake interviews. So you really need to be careful, recruiters and job seekers alike. So I'd like to address some of these points today. Remember to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content, so this way I can help you out in your job search. So first of all, let's talk about job postings. So first of all, you have ghost job postings, okay? That companies may be posting a job, but there's no real job in sight. And really what they're trying to do is collect resumes. Now, it might be for future jobs, but they're trying to get some information from you. That's not really an AI fraud. The AI fraud is when there's a job posting and they're collecting personal information from you, and that's to use against you. And I have had some people come forward to tell their stories of identity theft, bank accounts being broken into, and you can find those right here on my YouTube channel. Okay, they were very explicit as to how things were operated. And I will tell you, I know for a fact that I've protected a few people because they've come forward to tell their story. So go check those out on the YouTube channel. It's in my playlist called Job Scams. So what they're trying to do is collect that personal information, the social security number, birth dates, mother's maiden name, all of that information that they can then pull together for that identity theft and breaking into bank accounts. And I really want you to be protected. You do not need to give any of that information at the beginning stages of an interview. And you really don't need to give that information until you receive that job offer, which means that you've spoken to the company a number of times. That's the whole thing. I want you to be aware that you don't want to respond to text-only interviews. That's a huge red flag right away. So if you're not talking to them, then you need to schedule that interview before you go any further. I've had some people where they get a job offer that's just a little too good to be true. That it's data entry, work from home, you can earn, 6 figures. Take a moment, breathe. I know you're excited to get that job offer because you've been job searching for so long. Take a moment, breathe, and think this through. And the smartest of people can fall for these scams. I know very intelligent people, because you get caught up in it and you get caught up in the excitement. Also, what we're seeing is resume fraud, that people are embellishing their experience and skills, or they're fabricating, let's say, degrees or certifications. Let me tell you, if a job seeker does get that job, they're going to expect you to perform at that job based on what you are presenting. Why would you want to go through that hassle? Because now you're taken off the job market, you go into the job, and now you can't perform. They're going to be upset, you're going to be upset, and now it's a mark on your resume. It's a mark on your job history. So you certainly don't want to do that. Do not use AI to embellish that resume. Another thing that we're seeing is interview impersonation. So now if everything's over Zoom and a job is going to be remote, someone else can be sitting in the seat doing the interview. Maybe they interview really well. This happened with SAT tests years ago. That's why now when you're taking those SATs, you've got to show a picture ID. You've got to show that ticket. They're matching up because they want to make sure if you're the one taking that test or the interview, that you are the person that will be doing that job. So, and they want to be able to talk to you. So it's kind of a two-way street. The job seeker needs to do their due diligence about the company. The company needs to do the due diligence on the candidate. Now, any company will usually, if they make a job offer, okay, and the job offer is accepted, that's going to trigger a background check. So the company is doing their due diligence. You need to do the same thing on your side as a job seeker. So what can you do? What can you do in terms of moving forward? So before we get into this, I'm going to remind you to subscribe so you get alerts every time I post new content to help you in your job search and to protect you. So this way you land a great job in a great place for a lot of money. Go to my website. It's poundingpavement101.com. I always point over here when I do that for some reason. I have another monitor here. Anyway, go to my website. It's poundingpavement101.com. You can have access to the free job search training, and you can schedule a time with me. Click the button. It will bring up my calendar. And this way we can talk about your job search, your unique situation, because you have unique experience. And I do not like when everyone is being treated like these cookie cutter resumes or cookie cutter interviews. And we are seeing that people are coming up with these cookie cutter answers during interviews. Let me tell you, the recruiters see it. They know it. They want to know the authenticity of what you have to offer. Connect the dots for them. Trust me, it will work in your favor. You will stand out amongst all the other people that are using AI and just all look and sound the same. So, job seekers, when you're job searching, if someone contacts you, do your due diligence. Research the company. Check it out. Now, I've had some people actually contact me, and I'm looking at their profile, and their LinkedIn profiles were broken into and there was no job in existence. Usually people are kind about that, but be careful. Check out to see if the company is real. Call the company. I've had some job seekers who have been contacted by a household name company, but there was no job that existed and there's no person by that name that works there. So what can you do? Check the LinkedIn page. See their business page. See the people who work there. You can also check in as to recent news and see what's going on. But I would recommend picking up a phone, pick up the phone, call the company. That'll be the first line of defense. And you can say, listen, I'm just checking because I got contacted. I want to make sure that this is a real position, a real interview, and they'll understand. We're all in this together. So, red flags that you can watch for. Immediate hiring. They're going to be very careful in terms of who they hire. They want to make sure that they're hiring the right person for the right job. And usually there's multiple interviews for any professional job. Except I did have one client last week who had a phone screen and then got hired after the first interview. He just nailed it right then and there. But that was an in-person interview, so he knew, that it was a legitimate offer. But I want to make sure that you're checking all of this out. So if they're, contacting you, you would be perfect for the job and we will send you a check right away to buy equipment. Huge, huge, huge red flag. Step away. If they're asking for any personal information, if they're asking for any bank account numbers, social security numbers on the first interview, back away. Those are red flags. The hairs on the back of your neck should be standing up, and go do your due diligence. Make sure that this is a real job offer. You need to protect that personal information at all times. Now, you're going to a lot of different websites as you're job searching. I know. I have a free download of 266 websites that I've personally have checked out. If you want that copy of that list, send me an email. You can go to my website to contact me. I'm going to put a link in the chat for this, in the comments below, that you can access that list of job sites that you can post your resume. But there's a lot of websites out there. You have to, again, do your due diligence. Check reviews on the website. See if it's real. Because again, you don't want to put in information and you never know where you're going. I speak with many IT people and cybersecurity people, and maybe I'll have one come on my YouTube channel and have a conversation with me to discuss how to really protect yourself on higher levels. You want to always, verify that entire interview process. So be careful of those immediate jobs. Do not download software. If they're sending you documents, make sure your computer is protected. You don't want to have any issues. I know I always have virus scans on my computer at all times, and I have a tech person that does take care of that for me. You should too. If you need recommendations, send me an email. I'll send you recommendations of who you can trust to do that. And then at the end of the day, really, you just need to trust your instincts. You're intelligent. You've been through the job search process. And if you don't know, ask someone. It'll change everything for you. You really want to be careful as you're going into this. Now, I do want to discuss from the other side of the fence. Recruiters, you're getting caught with AI fraud also. So before I get into this again, I'm going to remind you to subscribe so you get alerts every time I post new content to help job seekers as well as the recruiters, because I am an executive recruiter and I do talk to many other recruiters and I want to protect them as well through this process. So they need to be doing the candidate verification. They need to be able to check, because let me tell you, some LinkedIn profiles have been fabricated and I've seen them and I know what to spot at this point. But, the AI is getting really good at this. I've seen AI images where they are able to do portrait photos of people and it looks just like the person. But when I see a photo and the same photo is on like 5 different profiles, boy, that's a huge red flag for me. So recruiters, you need to be careful about that. You need to develop the AI detection strategies within your company. And you need to be speaking with cybersecurity people to really update you on alerts and protect your computer systems and protect reaching out to people, because recruiters are reaching out to people that they don't know. And sometimes, hey, the AI is fabricating a person doing the interview. If that's the case, ask spontaneous questions. Ask someone to move their hand in front of their face. Ask them to do something odd, something out of the ordinary. That'll be a good red flag for you, or something that you can spot. So job seekers, be aware of that. Recruiters, be aware of that. You need to also protect those ATS, applicant tracking system, for anyone who doesn't know, and really protect it against cybersecurity, and protect those portals as people are entering their information and entering the resumes and uploading the resumes to your computer system. And recruiters, talk to other recruiters. We're all in this together, and we do share resumes, we do share resources, and we share information. I know I have many people that I refer business to because I focus specifically on a certain niche as a boutique firm, and I have friends who are recruiters who focus on other niches, and we all work together. And that's what it's all about. We're here to work together. We're here to make placements. I'm here to help job seekers, because I really want to help you land that job. So I want to remind you to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content. I'm going to continue this series on AI and your job search, because I truly want to address these issues to help you land that dream job rapidly. Remember to go to my website. Again, I'm pointing over here. It's poundingpavement101.com. Gain access to the free job search videos, so this way I can help you right away in your job search, and grab time on my calendar so we can talk about your unique situation, because I truly want you to win, land the dream job for a lot of money. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101. I will be back for more on AI and your job search.